Arush, sorry, Utkarsh.
Yes, sir.
What is the unit of sound?
Sir, lambda.
Sound. This is the unit of wavelength is sound. Lambda. What
Sir,
is the unit of
hertz.
sound? Hertz, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, this is a wavelength. What is an amplitude? The maximum displacement of vibrating body is known as amplitude. So, there's a maximum body where the vibrating body, the displacement of vibrating body, that is called known as amplitude. What is the frequency? Number of oscillation produced per second. So this oscillation, what is oscillation? Do you know the meaning of oscillation? What is
Sir,
oscillation?
Sir, I'm not able to remember it.
In English, simple term, what is oscillation? आपने घड़ी देखा है घर में जिसका वो होता है बेल जो मूव करता रहता है?
Yes, sir.
So that oscillates 2 and 4th movement. So 2
Yes,
and 4th movement of body is called oscillation, right?
Yes, sir.
So this oscillation. So number of oscillation, number of 2 and 4th movement produced per second is the frequency. कल बताया मैंने frequency count.
Yes.
It is measured in hertz. The speed of sound is given by speed is equal to frequency in wavelength. Now, very important. What is the speed of, if I say, what is the formula to find speed? What is the formula to find speed? Who knows? So, आपने पढ़ा होगा ना? What is the formula to find speed? Speed is equal to distance into time.
Yes, sir. Yes,
right?
Sir.
When do we call speed a vector? Velocity? What is the difference between velocity and speed? What is the difference between speed and velocity, Arush? This is velocity. What is this arrow? What is this arrow? What does this arrow indicate? Arush, are you there? Arush, can you hear me? Let him come back. I think he can't hear us. So this is the way we revise, Utkarsh. It's not difficult. Arush, can you hear me? Arush, are you there? Let him come back.
So your voice is fluctuating.
No, Utkarsh, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
I mean, Arush, your voice is fluctuating. There's a problem with your network. Utkarsh can hear me clearly.
Yes, sir, I can hear you clearly.
Sir, I have
Arush, can you hear me now?
still, sir, it is not clear.
Your network is a problem, beta. कहाँ पे हो आप? कहाँ हो अभी आप?
Sir, in Bihar, sir, I am at my gaon.
Oh, that is why. गांव में वो नेटवर्क नहीं मिल रहा. मुझे लगा अगर आप मात्रा में होते तो मैं आपको घर बुला लेता. Because maybe जहाँ पे हो आप, which place in Bihar are you?
Sir, Darbhanga, Deruk.
So maybe there's a problem with the network over there. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. So now I can.
Okay. So what is the formula for speed? Speed is equal to distance into time, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? How do you remember this? कैसे याद करोगे इसको? Speed is equal to distance into time. आप कोई भी एक अपने घर का नाम से किसी से ले लो. Let's say मैं एक example दे रहा हूँ. मैंने कैसे याद किया था? Okay? I had a very very good friend. Okay? So how I remembered? S for Shekhar, my best friend, and I used to call him Dada, and his surname was Tyagi. So I remember Shekhar, Dada, Tyagi. So speed is equal to distance into time. So this is the way you remember. आप किसी भी तरह से कोई नाम से उस तरह से आप कुछ कर लो, so that you remember s is equal to dt. So speed is equal to distance into time. Now, what is the difference between speed and velocity, Arush? What is the difference between speed and velocity? आपको पढ़ाया टीचर ने? Arush, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is the difference between speed and velocity? Utkarsh? Utkarsh, what is the difference between speed and velocity?
Sir, can I explain in my own words?
Yes, yes, try.
Sir, like speed is a time rate at which an object is moving along a path.
Yeah, very good.
And sir, velocity, I think the rate of direction. The object is moving in which direction?
Yes. So when the speed has a direction, it is called velocity. And that is why when you say write velocity, there's an arrow over here, it shows the direction. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So speed is equal to distance into time. Velocity is also distance into time. Now, when we talk about wavelength, then this lambda wavelength, distance wavelength is equal to wavelength is what? This is the lambda. Time over frequency. So anyway, we'll come there. Let's first understand.
So
Speed
can
is
you
equal to-
recap what you told? Sir, I just rejoined.
Okay, hold on. So I'm saying velocity is nothing but when a speed has a distance, something is moving. Okay, something is moving. But when something is moving in a particular direction, the speed is called velocity. The speed with a direction, where something has a direction, is moving in a certain direction, that's called velocity. Speed is equal to distance into time. We know this. So if I have to find distance, what is the formula for distance?
Sir, speed upon time.
Speed upon time. Very good. If I have to find time, then
Sir,
Dis-
distance into speed.
distance over speed,
Yes, sir.
right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So
Sir.
speed over distance. So this is the way you can actually remember the formula. You just have to remember one thing: distance, speed is equal to distance into time. So let's learn. So now we know amplitude, the maximum displacement of vibrating body is known as amplitude. Frequency, means number of oscillation produced per second. And I told you, this is an oscillation. Moving to and forth. Time period, time taken to complete in 1 unit. 1 unit time. Unit time, okay? Unit time can be second, can be hour, can be minutes. Wave velocity, distance traveled in 1 vibration. What is the characteristic? These are the property of sound. See, there's a difference between properties and characteristics. What is the difference between properties and characteristics of sound? How will you remember that which are the properties, which are the characteristics? Who can tell me? Arush, can you tell me? I'm sure you must have come across properties and characteristics. So, हर subject में होता है, right? Yes or no? Utkarsh? Utkarsh, can you hear me?
Sir,
You
yes,
must
sir, I
have
can hear
read.
you.
You must have read properties and characteristics in all your subjects, right?
Yes, sir.
Utkarsh, Arush, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So how do you know, how do you define the difference between properties and characteristics? आपको बोलेगा भाई right properties, right characteristics. आपको याद रहता है कि मुझे properties में क्या लिखना है, characteristics में क्या लिखना है? What is the difference between properties and characteristics? Do you know, Arush?
No, sir.
Utkarsh, do you know the difference between properties and characteristics?
Sir, I think they're same.
No, they're not same. They are not same. So if I have to tell you, if I tell you write the properties of sound waves or write the characteristics of sound. So you have to differentiate what is property and what is characteristic. Now, if you have to find out the differences between properties and characteristics, how will you find out? कैसे पता चलेगा आपको? ट्यूशन जाओगे इसके लिए?
No, sir.
Then कैसे पता चलेगा?
Google.
Yes, Google. So explore and learn. Explore and learn. Let's explore. And then you will learn the difference between characteristics and properties. किसी चीज को छोड़ना नहीं है बेटा कि ये नहीं आ रहा मैं छोड़ दूं बाद में कर लूंगा नहीं अभी के अभी करेंगे and that's how you learn. Properties and characteristics difference. Characteristic, see, a characteristic is a feature or quality that is inherent to an object or entity that is inherent. मैं बताता हूं आपको. While a property is a feature or quality that describes how an object or entity interacts with its environment. So it is important to understand क्योंकि आपको हर सब्जेक्ट में हर चैप्टर में मिलेगा what is the characteristic of light, what are the properties of light, what are the characteristics of sound, what are the properties of sound. So characteristics is a feature or quality that is inherent to an object or entity. Okay, अब हम अपने बारे में बात करते हैं. If I ask what is the characteristic of Utkarsh? Utkarsh, can you tell me about your characteristics?
Sir, a characteristic defines that like more behavior like or that something.
No, tell me your characteristics. Tell me characteristics of Utkarsh.
Sir, my features, matlab characteristics is
No,
features. right?
feature. Hold on, that's what I'm saying. Characteristics is that he's tall, right? He has black hair. So which is inherent? जो आपके हो सकता पेरेंट्स से आ रहा है, right? वो आपका बॉडी का कैरेक्टर आपका कैरेक्टर क्या है? You understand?
Yes, sir.
He has a loud voice. Right? That is inherent. वो आपके अंदर built up है. वो हटेगा नहीं वो. Arush, you understand? वो आपके अंदर built up है वो चीज. And what is it? Property is a feature or quality that describes how an object or entity interacts. ये है आपके जो behavior है. That is your property. You are good at studies. You are good at sports. You are social. You interact with people. All these are properties. You understand, Utkarsh?
Yes, sir.
Arush? Arush is facing a problem today. So,
Sir, yes, sir.
did you hear what I said about characteristics and properties?
Sir, characteristic are the features that are inherited, that are not by ourselves, and property is the feature that describes how we are.
Yes, how we are, right? And character is something which is inherent. जो आपके अंदर inbuilt है. You are tall. You have brown eyes. Okay? Then you are polite. So politeness is a properties. Your built, your physique, your eyes, color of the hair. That's your characteristics, better. And property is something how you behave with people, how you talk with people, how you're in studies, how you respond to someone's help. All these are properties. Similarly, when we talk about sound, here, see, now, अब आपको समझ में आएगा देखना. Properties of sound wave. It is a distance between, it's a wavelength, right? Amplitude, the maximum displacement. It happens, it does, it changes. It can change. Frequency, wave has a frequency. Utkarsh is good at sports.
Yes, sir.
It is distance between two consecutive compressions. So
Benita without sound for a mantra.
okay, so you must differentiate. Now let's say characteristic. Characteristic has loudness. Means, let's say Utkarsh has a loud voice. This is inbuilt, right, Utkarsh?
Yes, sir.
Arush? Arush?
Yes. Yes.
So loudness, it is inbuilt. It is, you did not get it from outside. It is inbuilt, it is inherent. High pitch, it is inherent.
Yes, sir.
Quality of sound timbre, then, so these are the characteristics of sound. These are the properties of sound. Adi, good evening. Adi? Adi, can you hear me? Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, so Adi, we were talking about, yesterday I taught them a lot of things around sound, lot of clarity I gave. You must watch the video. You will get a lot of clarity on sound. I explained all these terms. I explained all these terms. Please go on mute. I explained all these terms yesterday in videos there. Please watch. Today, I'm talking about the short notes. What is the difference between properties and characteristics of sound? I mean, whenever you get properties and characteristics, what is the difference between properties and characteristics? How do you know it's a characteristics or how do you know it's a properties? So characteristics is the inbuilt, something जो आपके अंदर आया है by default, by nature. आप उसको निकाल नहीं सकते हो. Your height, your black hair, your brown eyes. So I say Aditya has brown eyes. That's characteristics. That's inbuilt. But if I say Aditya is a good sportsman, that is the properties. Aditya is polite. That is properties. How you behave with the external bodies, how you behave with the environment, those are properties. But something which is built in, they are characteristics. So characteristics of sound, loudness. Loudness is built in. Pitch. So these are the properties and characteristics. Yesterday we learned about crest and trough, which I taught them. Must watch the video. Then reflection of sound. How the sound reflects. When it reflects, it's echo. When it hits the mountain, it echoes. When it reflects back. Now, classification of sound. Infrasonic sound, ultrasonic sound, and the classification of sound is based on hertz. Audible range, जो हम सुन सकते हैं, जो हमारे कान जहां तक सुन सकता है, that is 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. उसके ऊपर हमारा कान नहीं सुन सकता. So, what is the audible range of sound? Utkarsh, what is the audible range of sound which our human body can hear?
Sir, can you repeat?
What is the audible range of sound which a human body can hear?
Sir, I'm not able to hear you.
Sir, can I?
Yes,
So can I?
Sir, 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz.
20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Very good. Arush, when you have infrasonic sound, which is very, very, very low sound, what is that? How much is that?
So below 20 hertz.
Yeah, so below 20 hertz, maybe we human being cannot hear.
Yes, sir.
We cannot hear. Maybe there are snakes, they can hear these sounds. Ultrasonic sounds above 20,000, which we cannot hear. Some of the dogs, they can hear this. Some
So
of the
dolphin.
animals, dolphins, yes, they can hear this. So what are the classification of sound? Audible range, infrasonic, which is below 20 hertz, and ultrasonic, which is above 20,000 hertz. So these are short notes of one-page note of sound. Okay, now let's see something different. Okay. Sorry.
Sir, the text is not visible in your screen.
You cannot see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Sir, I can see your screen, but the text is not visible.
Hold on. So these are the, can you see my screen in the text? Arush, can you see the screen and the text? Aditya,
Yes,
can you see
sir.
the text?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so this is one page, again, very short notes. Okay, noise level of 85 decibel can damage the human ear. Now, what is decibel? What is decibel? Who knows what is decibel? Aditya, what is decibel?
Sir, in our class, sound chapter is not started.
Okay. Utkarsh, what is decibel?
Sir, decibel, I don't know.
Okay.
So
Let's
can I
see.
tell?
Yeah.
So decibels are the unit that are used to define noise levels.
Yes. So decibel is a unit of the noise level. So unit of sound is hertz. Different people have different vocal cords. Due to this reason, we all have a different voice quality. Sound requires material, medium for movement, for propagation. You all know this. Sound can travel through solid, liquid, or gas. So solid, liquid, gas, they are the medium. One, sound cannot travel through vacuum. Yesterday we learned what is vacuum. What is vacuum, Utkarsh?
Yes,
Utkarsh,
sir.
what is vacuum? What is vacuum?
Sir, in vacuum, we can't able to hear anything, or there is only air.
No. When do we call it a vacuum? What is vacuum? Arush, what is vacuum?
So vacuum is a space in which there is no air.
Yes, vacuum is a space where there's no air pressure, right? Vacuum is a space where there's no air pressure. That's why it's called vacuum. No sound can be heard in outer space. It's vacuum. What is frequency? We learned yesterday. Number of oscillation per second, number of 2 and 4th movement. And we learned what is oscillation? 2 and 4th movement of the wave. It's measured in hertz. Loudness of sound. How loud is the sound? Noise. It is measured in decibel. It depends on amplitude. We learned what is amplitude. The maximum displacement because of the vibration, that is the amplitude. Higher amplitude, louder sound. More the displacement, more the vibration, louder the sound. Higher frequency, higher pitch. Now, we must understand amplitude, frequency. We know frequency. In 1 second, how many wavelengths are made? That's the frequency. Audible sound, we just heard, we just read, 20 to 20,000 hertz. Unpleasant sound is called noise. A sound which we cannot tolerate. Like if you go to a party, and so much of sound, when it becomes unpleasant, we cannot tolerate. That's a noise. When many people start speaking together, it becomes unpleasant to us. That's a noise. So sound, when it becomes unpleasant to your ears, is called noise. And then the noise, it creates noise pollution. So these are measures to control noise pollution. Now let's do some numerical questions. Okay. Let's do some numerical questions on sound. Okay. Question 1. You know what is a pendulum, right? Aditya, you know what is a pendulum? Aditya? Arush?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what a pendulum is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Utkarsh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
A simple pendulum makes 20 oscillations. We see in a clock, we have a pendulum. 20 oscillations in 40 seconds. What is the time period and frequency of its oscillation? So it says, let's understand the problem. It says it makes 20 oscillations in 40 seconds. So in 1 second, how many oscillations does it make? In 40 seconds, it makes 20 oscillations. In 1 second, will it make more oscillation or less oscillation? In 40 seconds, it makes 20. In 1 second, Arush, in 1 second, will it make more oscillation or less oscillation? Aditya?
Yes, sir.
In 1 second, will it make more oscillation or less oscillation? Utkarsh? Utkarsh?
Yes, sir.
I'm asking a question. In 40 seconds, it makes 20 oscillation. 1 second में ज्यादा बनाएगा कि कम बनाएगा oscillation? बेटा 1 सेकंड में ज्यादा काम करेगा कम काम करेगा?
Sir, it will be more.
More? tell me one thing, in 40 seconds, you walk 100 meters. 1 सेकंड में आप ज्यादा चलोगे कम चलोगे? ज्यादा चलोगे कम चलोगे? आंसर मी गाइस. उत्कर्ष, आदित्य, आरुष,
Yes, sir.
आंसर मी. हम आस्किंग सिंपल क्वेश्चन. 40 सेकंड में आप 100 मीटर चलते हो. 1 सेकंड में ज्यादा चलोगे कम चलोगे?
सर कम चलेंगे.
कम चलेंगे, राइट? उत्कर्ष,
Yes, sir.
ज्यादा चलोगे कम चलोगे 1 सेकंड में?
Sir, कम चलेंगे.
तो जब भी हम कम चलेंगे तो डिवाइड होगा या मल्टीप्लाई होगा? जब भी 40 सेकंड में 100 मीटर्स, 1 सेकंड में डेफिनेटली आई नो कि मैं कम ही चल पाऊंगा 1 सेकंड में. तो जब भी यहां से कम होगा हम डिवाइड करेंगे. 100
साइड होगा ना.
राइट
Sir.
नाउ.
सर ऊपर वाले क्वेश्चन में सर 2 होगा शायद.
यस. सो 1 सेकंड में कम होगा ऑसिलेशन. सो वी विल डिवाइड 20 by 40. करेक्ट? In 40 seconds, it has 20 oscillation. In 1 second, it has how much? Half oscillation? Yes or no? 0.5?
Yes, sir.
Right? So, let's see. It says that is the frequency. Frequency is 0.5. Time period. Number of oscillation. So how do we calculate the time period? 40 over 20 time divided by number of oscillation. That is the time period. There's a difference between frequency and time period. When I say frequency, it says number of oscillations divided by time. Frequency is number of oscillation divided by time. Time period of time divided by number of oscillation. Ulta hai. See, frequency means number of oscillation divided by time. Number of oscillation divided by time. That is frequency. When I say time period, it means how much time did it take to make one oscillation? How much time it took to make one oscillation? Time divided by oscillation. How much time it took? So it says, this again, very simple math is like 40 seconds में 20 oscillation in 40 seconds. One oscillation in 40 over कम होगा 2. 20 oscillation in 40 seconds. One oscillation in 2 seconds. That is the time period. Is this clear, Aditya?
Yes, sir.
Arush, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So remember, time period is equal to time divided by number of oscillation. Frequency ulta hai uska, number of oscillation divided by time. Okay. Is this question clear? Is this question clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we know what is, I explained to you yesterday also what is frequency, what is time period. Time period is one oscillation in how many seconds? Now, question 2. Sonali heard sound of thunderbolt. Here, this understand this question, but question समझो. Sonali heard sound of thunderbolt. What is thunderbolt? क्या होता है आरुष? What is thunderbolt? Utkarsh, what is thunderbolt?
Sir, बिजली
Bijli Garajna, right?
Yes, sir.
Sonali heard sound of thunderbolt 5 seconds after she saw flash of lightning. And which travels faster, light or sound? Which travels faster, light or sound?
Light. So like
Light. That is why she saw.
Light.
That is why Sonali heard the sound 5 seconds after the lightning. 5 seconds after the lightning. How far is she from the place when lightning occurs? Let's say Sonali ने lightning देखा और वो दौड़ रही है. दौड़ते हुए जब 5 सेकंड दौड़ी तो थंडरबोल्ट आया. तो वो लाइटनिंग से कितना दूर है? लेट्स से मैंने पोडियम पे लाइटनिंग देखा और मैं भागा और मैं एच टावर पहुंच गया 5 सेकंड में. सो हाउ फार इज आदित्य फ्रॉम लाइटनिंग? लाइटनिंग देखते ही आदित्य भागा 5 सेकंड और एच टावर के नीचे पहुंच गया. So that distance from lightning जहां पे देखा to the distance of to the H tower, that is the distance. Yes or no?
Yes,
Aditya?
sir.
Right. So it's saying how far is she from the place of lightning? आदित्य ने lightning देखा, भागा 5 सेकंड तक. 5 सेकंड में वो कहां पहुंच गया? कितना दूर पहुंचा? Let's say H tower के नीचे. So H tower से lightning जहां पे हुआ था वो distance क्या है? So it says find the distance. Distance of Sonali from the place of lightning. It says the speed of light is this. What is the formula for distance? What is the formula for distance? We just learned. क्या था? Arush, what is the formula for distance?
Sir, speed upon time.
Speed upon time or speed into time?
Sir, speed into time.
Right? Speed is equal to distance upon time, right?
Yes, sir.
This distance is equal to speed into time. Okay, remember this. Distance is equal to speed into time. So अभी मैंने distance over time देखा. Hold on. Distance is equal to speed into time. Hold on. Sorry. No. This formula मैं बाद में आपको सही बता रहा था. Distance is equal to speed into time. This how I remember my school time, how I remembered Dada Shekhar time, my best friend. So distance is equal to speed over time. If I have to find the speed, how do I find speed into time is equal to distance? If I have to find the speed, it's equal to distance divided by time, correct? So distance is equal to speed into time. Remember this formula. Distance is equal to, just remember DST. How will you remember? DST. Distance is equal to speed into time. So distance is how much? Speed is 330 meter per second into 5 seconds. That's time. That is 1650 meter. So what is the distance? Aditya is 1650 meters from the place of lightning. Why am I using this meter as a metric over here? हमने मीटर क्यों डाला, सेकंड क्यों नहीं डाला? Utkarsh, why are we using meter over here? Why not second?
Sir, distance के लिए.
Yes, sorry.
Sir, distance था वहाँ पे इसलिए मीटर डाला.
Yes, because distance is always measured in meter, correct? Because you're finding distance. If I have to find speed, then I would put meter per second. the unit of speed is meter per second or kilometer per hour, right? Is this sum clear? Arush, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Very easy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do the third one. Can you see this? Is it visible? Is this visible, this question? Is this question visible? Arush?
Yes, sir.
Bolo beta, I'm asking you, ask me, answer me. Is this question visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Utkarsh? Okay. Now, a sound has a frequency of 50 hertz and a wavelength of 10 meters. Understand this. Let's understand this question first. A sound, we know a sound is measured in hertz. A sound has a frequency of 50 hertz and a wavelength of 10 meters. Wavelength is nothing but a distance. Wavelength of 10 meters. What is the unit of wavelength? Quick. What is the unit of wavelength? I told you. Utkarsh, what is the unit of wavelength? Quick.
Sir, lambda.
Lambda. Arush, what is the unit of wavelength?
Sir, lambda.
Aditya, what is the unit of wavelength?
Lambda.
That's lambda. Okay. This sign, this one, this lambda. So now given the frequency is 50 hertz and the lambda, the wavelength is 10 meters. In this here, the formula is lambda is equal to, we have to find the speed. Okay. So the speed or the velocity, because it has a direction, is nothing but frequency into the lambda. Or I can say lambda is equal to velocity over frequency. So here, the speed or the velocity is nothing but the frequency into the lambda. So V, 50 is your frequency, 10 is your lambda. So the speed is 500 meter per second. Now tell me, why is it writing ms minus 1? ms minus 1 can you meter per second go? Why is this here? यहाँ पे हमने see, यहाँ पे meter per second लिखा है, यहाँ पे meter per second minus 1 क्यों लिखा है? What is the reason? When do we write? Why do we write ms minus 1? Why we written ms meter per second? Everything you have to observe. आपको जो भी था डाउट है कि मुझे क्यों होता है क्यों नहीं होता है, आपको ऑब्जर्व करना पड़ेगा बेटा. You have to find out and that's how you learn. ये नहीं कहते यहाँ मीटर मैंने नोटिस ही नहीं किया, भाई यहाँ मीटर पर सेकंड लिखा है, यहाँ पे ms माइनस 1 क्यों है, ये हमें पता लगाना पड़ेगा. You should be curious. आपको ट्यूशन जाने की जरूरत थोड़ी है, आप तो खुद ही जान सकते हो. So tell me, who can guess? What is why we written ms minus 1? यहाँ पे मीटर पर सेकंड है, क्यों? आदित्य? Sorry, I can't hear you. Why is this ms minus 1? Tell me.
Sir,
Yeah? Yes? Arush, tell me. Arush?
Sir.
Arush, can you hear me? Aditya, can you hear me?
yes, sir.
Yeah, so tell me, try बेटा, try. गलत बोलो, कुछ भी बोलो, but try करो बेटा. Arush, are you there?
Sir, this question is very small, sir. It is not.
The frequency
Can you see now?
minus one
So can you zoom?
frequency.
Arush, can you see the question now?
So can you zoom a little bit?
Okay,
Yes, sir. So now.
okay. So why are we writing ms minus 1? Hold on. Let me. Hold on. Let me increase the size. Wait. Can you see now? Is it visible now, Arush? Aditya, is this visible?
Yes, sir.
Arush, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
So now tell me, why are we writing ms minus 1 over here? Why not meter per second? Aditya, you were saying something. Utkarsh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, why is it minus ms minus 1? Why not m divided by s, meter per second? Why is it not meter per second? बताया किसी ने नहीं बताया. Observe करो बेटा and notice करो and then find out. See, very simple. That is when I say ms per second, right? Or this is division, right? But if I remove the division sign, if I just say this multiplication, I put a minus 1 over here. So I have removed that division sign. ms minus 1 because I'm taking this on the top. When I'm taking this on the top, when I teach you mathematics, when I'm taking this on the top, I say minus 1. So it is ms minus 1 is same as in meter per second. Is this clear, Arush?
Yes, sir.
Aditya?
Yes, sir.
Utkarsh?
Sir, can you tell,
Yes, sir.
sir,
Yeah.
sir, can you tell again?
See, I'm saying, let's say I have 2 by 3. Okay. This is 2 divided by 3. If I take it up in mathematics, what happens? If I take it up, I will put a to the power minus 1.
Yes, sir.
So forget this. Forget this. So here, same thing. When I'm taking this up, I'm changing the sign. Okay. When we learn maths, we will do it. Don't worry. So what I'm saying, you must observe all these things. You must observe. Anything you don't know, आपको कहीं पे भी थोड़ा डाउट हो, ये तो मैंने कभी सुना ही नहीं है, immediately explore करो, पता लगाओ क्या है ये, कुछ तो है, there's some relationship, and that's how you learn. तभी आपके ट्यूशन हटेंगे. आप सेल्फ एक्सप्लोरेशन करना सीखो. कोई टफ नहीं है, हर जगह वो आंसर मिलेगा. Is this clear? So let's start with another chapter today. That is friction. Should we start with friction?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start with friction. And we'll start with small note. So let's understand each and every word. The way जैसे हमने कल पढ़ाई किया था, हर वर्ड को हम एक्सप्लेन करेंगे, हर वर्ड का मीनिंग निकालेंगे, हर वर्ड को हम सीखेंगे कि वो है क्या. We will define every word conceptually. Let's understand friction conceptually जैसे हमने sound को सीखा. So friction, first of all, it is an opposing force that acts between surfaces in contact moving with respect to each other. Let's understand this. It is an opposing force. What is the meaning of opposing? Arush, what is the meaning of opposing?
The opposite direction.
Yes, to oppose. विरोध करना, right? It is
Yes,
an
sir.
opposing force. एक फोर्स को दूसरे फोर्स उस पे अपोज कर रहा है. जब एक फोर्स पे दूसरा फोर्स अपोज करेगा तो क्या वो फ्रिक्शन क्रिएट करेगा. जब एक हाथ से अलग से दो बच्चे फाइट कर रहे हैं, ओके, जब एक हाथ कोई एक मार रहा है दूसरा भी मार रहा है, जब दो हाथ एक साथ लगेंगे कुछ पेन होता है, कुछ दर्द होता है, राइट? तो कहेंगे वो फ्रिक्शन क्रिएट हो रहा है, करेक्ट? और जैसे हम हिंदी में बात करते हैं एवरीडे इन आवर लाइफ, वी से यार फ्रिक्शन मत क्रिएट करो भाई. सुना है कि नहीं घर में बोलते हुए या बाहर में? आरुष सुना है यार ये तो ऐसे करोगे तो फ्रिक्शन हो जाएगा. सुना है कि नहीं?
Yes, sir.
तो फ्रिक्शन मींस आप कुछ कह रहे हो, कोई उस पे अपोज कर रहा है, और जब वो अपोज कर रहा है आपको पसंद नहीं आ रहा, तो कहीं ना कहीं आपके मन में एक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आ रहा है, आपके मन में आपको बुरा लग रहा है, एंड वो एक फ्रिक्शन आ रहा है मन में, आपकी नेगेटिविटी आ रही है मन में, तभी हम कहते हैं फ्रिक्शन मत क्रिएट करो. सो इससे इट इज एन अपोजिंग फोर्स, someone is opposing you that acts between surfaces in contact moving with respect to each other. So अगर मैं जमीन पे चल रहा हूं with my shoes and I'm moving on the surfaces, I'm creating a friction, I'm creating some sort of friction जिसमें एनर्जी निकलता है. It always opposes relative motion between two surfaces. Now what is relative motion? It always opposes relative motion. ये जानना जरूरी है. What is a relative motion? Open Google, tell me. Open Google and tell me what is a relative motion. 1 minute. I give you 1 minute. Find out the meaning of relative motion. Motion means movement. One minute.
वो कल बना दूंगी तुझे, कल नहीं तो एकदम मैं भी खा,
Yes, butter.
वो नहीं वेट पे क्रॉस करके ना फाइबर मिला.
Okay. मोमोज खाओगी आज?
हंसी मेरा
Okay, tell me what is opposing motion. Hello? Yes? What is opposing motion? Come on. Aditya? So what is relative motion? Utkarsh? Utkarsh, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What is relative motion?
Sir, the motion of an object with respect to another observer.
Another observer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Aditya, what is relative motion? Okay, good. It's a motion which matters to both the sides. We will learn this, don't worry. What is the cause of friction? Friction is caused by the irregularities on the two surfaces in contact. When two parties, let's say you and me, when we are debating on something, but you are opposing me, I'm not liking it, there will be friction. But when we both are talking politely, when we both are agreeing to something, there will be no friction. So friction is caused by irregularities on the two surfaces in contact. We are able to walk because of force of friction. Because we are opposing on the surfaces. What are the nature of surfaces? Smooth surface, less friction, rough surfaces, greater friction. So when you have smoother surfaces, your friction will be less. But when you have rough surfaces, your friction will be greater. Why? Because there will be more opposition. How hard is an object is pressed? Greater pressing force, greater friction. If I press something with a greater force, there will be more friction. Give me an example, Aditya. If I press something with greater force, there will be more friction. Give me an example.
So wear and tear.
Just give me a simple example. If I'm pressing something with greater force, there will be more friction. Let's say I am lighting a matchbox. When I light a matchbox, because of friction, there's a fire, right? Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that I'm putting some pressure. So similarly, when you say when there's a greater pressure, there'll be greater friction. More the pressure, more the force, more the pressure, more the friction. Mass of object, greater mass, greater friction. So if something is pressed with a greater force, there'll be greater friction. When the mass of object, what is the mass? What is mass? You must have studied mass, weight. Aditya, what is mass? Utkarsh, what is mass?
Sir, weight and which occupies the space.
Weight which occupies the space. So what is the difference between weight and mass?
Sir, mass occupies space.
Yeah, then, so what is the difference between mass and weight? When the mass has a force, it has a weight, correct?
Yes, sir.
So we will see the difference between mass and weight. When there's a gravity, there's a force. When you go to the moon, when there's no force, you only have a mass. So when there's no force of gravity, it's only a mass. So greater the mass, greater the friction. Sliding friction is less than static friction. What is static? What is the meaning of static? Static का meaning क्या होता है?
Sir, can I tell?
Yes.
Sir, when two objects are kept to rest with each other.
No, that's fine. एक simple English में क्या होता है static का meaning?
Sir, that I don't know, but I can give the example like a man is sitting on a bench, so it is static friction.
Static means जो आपने बोला सही है. Static means stable, standing, stationary, not moving. That is static. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is the opposite of static? What is the
So
opposite
sliding,
of static?
sliding friction.
Static opposite is dynamic. Dynamic, which is moving, which is changing. Then you have rolling friction, sliding friction. We will learn all these things, don't worry. Example where friction is useful, walking. You cannot walk without creating friction because what happens when you're moving, when you're walking, you're putting your foot back. You're putting your foot back on the surface, on the earth, and you're pressing it. When you press, only then you move forward. So when you're moving, when you're pressing something, you're creating friction, and that friction is moving you. So you cannot walk without friction. Handling any object. If there's no friction, you may not be able to hold something. और आपके हाथ से स्लिप कर जाएगा. आप पानी को हाथ में रख पाओगे? Can you hold water in your hand? Aditya?
No, sir.
No. Why? Because no friction is created. Rolling motion of ball or wheel. Example where friction is harmful. Energy dissipation of engine due to friction between surface and motion. This we will understand. When we are producing energy in the engine due to friction, surface, and motion, more energy is lost in pulling or pushing an object in rough surfaces. Let's say you have seen, if you're trying to push something on a rough surface, आप इतने आसानी से नहीं. Let's say cycle. आप अगर एक स्मूथ रोड पे साइकिल चला रहे हो, आप आराम से चला लोगे. अगर रफ रोड पे चला रहे हो, आप इतने आराम से नहीं चलाओगे. बहुत सारा फ्रिक्शन क्रिएट हो रहा है, वो आपको रोकेगा, अपोज कर रहा है.
Sir, like in car or truck also, if tire have not grooves, so it will slide. Slip.
Yes. True. Very good. Wear and tear of shoes, soles and tires. Because of the friction, what is happening? Your shoe soles are getting torn. Tires are getting torn because of the friction. Lubrication, powder on carom board, oil and machine. Because we are using powder on carom board, oil and machine to reduce the friction. आप जब कैरम खेलते हो तो बहुत रफ हो जाता है बोर्ड, तो हम उसमें पाउडर डालते हैं so that we reduce the friction, make it smoother. Wheels reduce friction. Shoe sole and tires are threaded to increase friction or better grip. The way अभी आपने जो बोला. Fluid friction is minimized by giving suitable shape to vehicles moving through fluids. ये सब बात में करेंगे, don't worry. Few things I will only touch later because you may not understand right now. When a body rolls over the surface of another body, the resistance to its motion is called rolling friction. When a body rolls over to surface of another, एक हम ball roll करते हैं, जो resistance होता है उसमें, to its motion is called rolling friction. Let's say हमने एक ball roll कर दिया, धीरे-धीरे वो क्यों ball रुक जाता है? Because of the friction. अगर एक smooth ground पे हमने ball roll किया, it will roll for a longer period. It'll travel a longer distance. But if it's a rough road, the ball will stop after covering certain distance. When a body slides over the surface of another body, the resistance to its motion is called sliding friction. Rolling friction is less than sliding friction. Ball bearing change sliding friction into rolling friction. Fluid friction. What is the difference between a fluid and a liquid? Who can explain? What is the difference between a fluid and a liquid? Utkarsh,
Yes, sir.
what is the difference between a fluid and a liquid?
Sir, a fluid is more thick than liquid.
It's not more thick, it's thicker.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but what is the difference? What is the difference between fluid and liquid? मैं अगर जैसे मैंने दूध को बहुत ज्यादा गर्म कर दिया, तो वो क्या फ्लूइड हो जाता है?
No, sir.
Then
Sir, it explodes.
explode. Find out, Aditya, the difference between fluid and liquid. 1 minute, quick. Explode and give me the answer. Did you find the answer? Did you find the answer, Utkarsh? Aditya, did you find the answer?
Sir, can you tell what to do again, because I was not able to hear your voice?
How come you're not being able to hear my voice, man? I said find the difference between fluid and liquid.
Okay, sir.
Utkarsh, please come on video. Utkarsh, come on video. Both of you come on video.
Sir, I found the answer.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, so liquids are the substances that have no definite shape and like the shape of their container,
Yes. Okay.
and fluids are the substances that are in a physical state of being solid, liquid, or gaseous.
Yes. So liquid doesn't have a shape. It takes the shape of the container, correct?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
what is a fluid?
Sir, it has three states. Like fluids are the substances that are in a physical state of being solid, liquid, or gaseous.
So the fluid has all three states, right?
Yes, sir.
That is why you see the fluid looks thicker than a liquid. Tell me one example of fluid. See,
Sir,
and
the
let me know an example of fluid.
Sir, oil.
Is oil a fluid?
Yes, sir.
How? Why?
Sir, I searched on Google and it says that oil is a fluid.
Not fluid, it's fluid.
Fluid.
Yeah. But ask Google now, why is oil a fluid? Find out why oil is a fluid. कहाँ पहुंचा?
Sir,
Yes, Aditya. Hello, Utkarsh.
yes, sir.
Where do you disappear, man? I said, please come on video. Without video, I cannot manage you. आप लोग हर एक मिनट में डिसअपियर हो जाते हो.
Sir, I'm here only.
I've been asking you. I asked you to find the difference between fluid and liquid.
Sir, I asked that why oil is a fluid from Google.
Yeah.
Sir, it says that the more unsaturated fats in the oil, the more liquid it appears to be.
Yeah, so fat is what? Solid or liquid?
Sir, it's solid.
So oil has fat, right?
Yes, sir. Unsaturated fat.
Now then, where is the gas? You said that fluid has all three states.
Yes, sir.
So where is the gas?
Sir, gas is like petroleum gases can be.
That's what I'm saying. So what is petrol a liquid or a fluid?
Sir, fluid.
Not fluid. Fluid. Yeah. So find out why petroleum, why petrol is a fluid. See, this is the way you learn. You say fluid, but then why petrol is a fluid? Aditya? Utkarsh?
Yes, sir.
I think Aditya, you there?
Yes, sir.
Where do you disappear, man? I'm facing a lot of challenges with you guys. आप एक मिनट रहते हो, एक मिनट गायब हो जाते हो. Why is petrol a fluid? Why is oil a fluid?
Sir, it shows that petrol is a liquid.
Okay, that's all. That's what I'm asking you. That's why I'm saying petrol is a liquid. So
It is also known as gasoline.
yes, it's also known as gasoline. See, this is the way you learn. This is the way you explore. And when you
Yes, sir.
explore, you learn new words, new terms. And that's how you study. You understand, Utkarsh?
Yes.
So any
Yeah.
word you don't know, any term which you don't understand, you must find out. Explore till the time you get the right answer. Okay, Aditya?
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys. Yeah, I think I'll have to end the session today because anyway, we have. I'll continue tomorrow because there's too much of network issue with you guys, and I'm not really enjoying. You know, even Arush has left, and you guys are not even coming on video. I don't enjoy without coming, without seeing you. If you don't come on video, I'll not be able to teach. I'm not be able to connect with you. Please, from tomorrow, make sure you are in the network and you come with video on. Okay? Otherwise, I'll
Okay.
not be able to connect. Okay? So I'm just completing the session today. From tomorrow, tomorrow we are starting maths on English. Okay? So please, when you come, make sure your videos are on. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bye. Take care. Good night.
Bye, sir. Good night.
Good night.